We have Bonney versus Shanks here. Opponent chooses to go second. We're going to keep this hand. Get our Dawn. Just pass it over. So we have a couple 2Ks, a blocker. We have the 9-drop Zoro. 5-drop Smoker. They're going to play Building Snake. Passing it back. 3 Dawn now. We're just going to put 3 on leader. And we're going to pressure 8. They take that hit. And pass it over. The 9-drop Shanks is a good answer to their 10-drop Shanks, but just gotta have it, you know. We're gonna take the first hit. Get a Hody off of life, which is good. Hongo. Alright, they're definitely looking at reducing some cost stuff here. Not good, because I want to play down that Smoker this turn. They're at 1, 2, 3, 4. They'll be at 6, so I might be able to get 1 turn in with Smoker. Go 5 into life. They're going to have to use their leader effect, and then that's it. Alright, so we're going to pass back, leaving 1 Dawn open, so... Alright, so they're going to go 5. We're going to use card action to rest the Hongo, because that's the one that gives more. We're going to say no block here, and we're going to give them a counter. We're going to play down a Silver's Rayleigh blocker, and passing it back to us. Alright, so we're at 7 Dawn now. So now we're going to play down our Hody. We're going to rest their blocker and Building Snake. Then we're going to set one of our Dawn as active, so we have this ability here. We're going to go into the Hongo with our leader. Then we're going to go 7 into Building Snake. And then we're going to pressure 8 into life. Because they haven't used, they just used their leader effect now, so they only need, yep, that'll work, 3K. Pass turn. Normally we would have after the blocker, but we left the Dawn open, so we can still tap this down. Now they have 8 Dawn, so Ben Beckman's not going to be able to just cleanly take care of this. That's why we focused on getting rid of Hongo and Building Snake. So we're at 7, Dawn will be at 9. So depending on what they deploy down, they're at 8 right now. So next turn their Shanks is coming down. So I think this turn, on our turn, we're going to probably play the Zoro. And then if they play the Shanks, then we should be able to counter back with our Shanks to KO theirs. We don't know what happens. Alright, so Otama, they're still going to try to reduce stuff. Alright, that still works too, Otama. But it did force a 2K out of hand. So now the Smoker's a 5. Newgate. So they're going to go 7 here, huh? We're going to use card action and rest their leader. And we're going to take this hit. They want to rest their blocker as attacker. I mean, that's fine. We're going to draw a card. Draw Dawn. We're at 9. Does that change what we want to do? So we're going to play down Cavendish so we can get a couple Dawn back. So we have some Dawn to work with for pressuring. We're going to go 11 into the Newgate with our Hody Jones. Because even if they use leader effect, nope, they gave it to us. Cool. Then we're going to go 7 into life with our leader. They didn't use the leader effect, I don't think, at all. I'm going to pass back. They're at 10 now. If they play down the Shanks, then we can counter back with our Shanks. Cabbage is a 6K, so it's like at that threshold where Beckman can take it out without an issue. So 6 into 5. Rest the leader. Say no block. Give him a 2K. Yeah, if they're swinging this way, yep, we knew that was coming. We knew the 10 drop was coming. 10 into 7. Do I want to give him a 5K worth of counter? Even if I did, I can't. Alright, cool. Back over to us. We're at 10 now. Before I misclick, we're going to drop down our Shanks to get rid of their Shanks. And then I will go 6 into life, readying some Dawn. They're just going to counter. They didn't use leader effect yet. If I put Dawn here, 8, they can make it a 7. And then it's a couple counter out. Or I play a blocker. So I'm going to just go 5 into life with my leader, see what they want to do. Assuming they're going to use leader effect, they did. Okay. Gotta keep them honest. We're going to play down the killer blocker, passing turn. Still leaving 1 Dawn open, so we can utilize our leader effect if needed. Cleanly took out their 10 drop Shanks, which is great, but more than likely they have another one. Or another threat we have to answer. And we don't have another clean answer like Shanks in our hand. We have Hody for rush, we have Zoro. So 6 into 5 using card action. I have a bad feeling the 10 drop Shanks is coming again. So we're going to say no block here, and we're going to use a 2K. Alright, silvers. Okay, it's not horrible. Not great. So we still have a 9K Shanks, which is decent. I'd like to get the Hody down, but at the same time, I think we're going to go... Let's get rid of this blocker. We're going to go 9 into 3 with a blocker. And then we're going to drop down our Zoro, leaving one Dawn open. We're going to make sure that they use their leader effect this turn. And then we'll just pass turn. So we have the Zoro, if it survives, if we survive, I should say. This 11 drop, the 11K Shanks is rested, so the 10 drop Shanks comes down. It becomes a 10 to their 12. We can counter and save that. And we can rest down the silvers, and then we can also use our blocker too. I'm more worried about Monkey D Dragon than I am Shanks. Because when the dragon comes down, they still have extra Dawn to use. 8 into 5 here, we're going to use leader effect to rest that. I technically have enough, but I'd rather just take this hit. I want to make sure I'm preparing to save this Shanks. So they're going to play down Yasop, giving the leader +1 for rotation. They still have 5 Dawn left. They're going to play down Hongo. Okay, that's a 2K out of hand. That's good. I don't see a blocker, so... Alright. So let's see what we can do here. There's 6K. Let's go 11 into life first. 11 into 6. Okay. So I need 3 Dawn total to do Zoro's standing thing. So we're going to attack 16 into life using card action to ready the Zoro. That's 16. We're going to go another 16 into life with Zoro. We're going to ready the Zoro, and we're going to try 16 again. That's 10K worth of counter they have to get out of their hand. They gave it -1, which I don't know why they didn't do that the first swing. 15, 11, 12. Nope, we got it. So here we have Bonney versus Purple Luffy. We're going to go second here. It's a pretty decent opener. We're going to keep it. We have a couple 2Ks. We have a Searcher. We have a way to lock down some stuff. And then we have the 8-drop. So we're going to deploy down our Bonney. We're going to utilize our Bonney Searcher here. We're going to grab our Killer blocker. Pass it back. Okay. We're going to go 5 into our... Yeah, we'll give them that. They're going to take out our Searcher. They're going to take a life here to ramp it Dawn. Playing down their Zoro. It's a Searcher for them. They're going to grab the Nico Robin. Back over to us. So we're at 4 Dawn here. I think we're just going to go 8 into life, leaving that 1 Dawn open to use our leader effect. They take this hit. Let's pass it back to them. Probably play the carrot down if they swing. Either way, if they swing, either one we'll shut down the opposite one, and then we'll lock it down with carrot next turn. So we still got a couple 2Ks here. We got a blocker. We got this set up. They're going to go 7. Okay. Use card action. They're not going to get that with their leader. Do we want to counter this? We're going to take the first one. And they're getting another 2K, which is good. So they're at 6 Dawn. They're going to play down. Okay. So they're going to return 1 to set it up. So they have 3. They're going to play another one. These are good swing. These are good, like, just chip swings, so. We're at 6. We're going to drop down the carrot. We're going to lock this down. We're going to go 5 into life. It's going to be countered out, but that's fine. I'm assuming. Yep. So they're going to have some good swings here, but we're going to be able to shut down another swing. And then back to us, we'll be able to lock down and trying to keep another one down. Try to pressure board. You're going to see if they're going to take a life. Try to go to 9. Usually when they're at 8, they try to go to 9. Maybe we should have played the... I don't know. I think we were alright playing the carrot, keeping this locked down. I was just thinking if we played this, then we would have had an extra... Alright. So they're going to play down their Sanji using its on play. They're going to rest our carrot. Now this has rush. These are all good swings for them. They're going to go 8 probably into this carrot. We're going to use card action here. We're going to rest down that. Do we want to counter? Or do we want to... I think we want to counter this, save this. We want to save this because they can't pressure it anymore. They have to pressure into life. We're gonna take that one. Get another carrot. So who knows? We might be on the carrot plan, just keeping everything locked down and trying to chip through. Give them the other blocker. I don't know if kid's really where we want to be at this point in the game. I'm at 8 Dawn. I go 5, ready 1, at least 4. It's not enough for the other carrot. So we're gonna play carrot here. This is gonna let us keep that Sanji rested. We're gonna go 1 on here. We're going to go 7 into this one. And we're going to keep that other Zoro here locked down. So we're going to go 7 here. See if we can get a couple cards out of hand, or at least remove it off the field. We're going to counter through it. Okay. We're going to go 6 again. 6 into 5. See if we get another 2K. Okay. So they'll still have 2 swings for us. We'll pass it back, see where we're at. Like, we were able to lock these 2 down, so those are their 2 biggest bodies on field. But they're at 9 Dawn. They're going to put 3 on here for an 8K swing. Probably going to counter this one. Assuming they're just going to keep pressuring 8s. We're going to use card action here. We're going to rest that other character. I'm going to say no block. I guess the question is they have 6 Dawn left. Do we want to waste two of our 2Ks on this? I think we're going to take it. So they have a leader swing. They have 6 Dawn. Not really sure. They might play it down a blocker maybe. But we're going to definitely try to... We got to keep pressuring this board. We're going to go 9. 9 there. No block. I think we're going to save this. We got to save this one. So... in order to pressure back. Because we're going to lock these 2 characters down. So I think we could... We're going to play this. Oh, that's not what I thought that was. I thought that was the 9-drop Shanks. Oh, well. I mean, we're in it now, right? So we're going to go 6 here, freeze down this. Yeah, I was thinking that was a 9-drop Shanks. I was just going to take this one out of the equation. But, I mean, that works too, I guess. It wasn't doing any good in the hand. It didn't have a counter. So now we're going to go here, freezing out that other one. They can use their blocker, which is fine. Now we'll go here, see if we can get a card out of hand. Okay, good. We are still able to freeze 2, and then we'll be able to stop 1. But they're at 10 Dawn, so they run the Luffy, the rush Luffy. So that's something we still need to keep in mind. But if they play that, then we'll have the counter power to protect this. There it is. I knew that was coming at some point. And they probably have the Gum Gum Giant in hand as well. So we just need to keep like focusing the board, trying to protect what we can. Like if this comes into a carrot, we have to give it to them. But any of these other ones, we knew that's coming first. With his card action, we're going to shut down that attack here from Zoro. 10 into 5, we're going to take. Then they have 5. If they go 5, nope, they're going 6. Okay, cool. We're going to counter that. We're going to keep that, try to keep this alive as long as we can to pressure the board. Let's go 7 with Carrot. And we're going to freeze down the Sanji. Because we can't freeze this. Let's go 8 with this Carrot, freezing this down. And then what? We need 3 Dawn. We need 3 Dawn to keep open. 1, 2, 3. So we're going to go here. We're going to attack. Use the card action. So we're going to go 13k into life. Because they don't have an open Dawn. So we know they don't have... If they have Gum Gum, they can't utilize it. Alright, we're going to go 13 again. And if they counter out of this, we'll go again. And then we got this. Alright, we got it. We're going to do Bonney versus Yellow Kid. Opponent's choosing to go second here. Man, we're going to take a mulligan. A little bit better. Dawn passing it over to them. We just had way too much top end in the last hand. They get the 2 Dawn passing it back. We don't really have an option here, so we're just going to go 8 to life. See if we get rid of a couple cards, or they can take a life. Because with Kid, they utilize their life to turn their characters into blockers. They took this hit, so we're just going to pass it back to them. They're at 4 Dawn now. So they're going to pressure back 9. Yeah, we got to take that. Back over to us. We're at 5 Dawn now. We're going to go with the Cavendish so we get an extra Dawn. So now we can pressure a 6k swing. While still leaving... I mean, technically we didn't need to leave one out. But they're going to counter out. Pass it back. I guess this way if they misplay their characters before attacking, then we'll be able to get over on it. So they're going to go 5. We're just going to give them a counter. I think we're just going to give them the no block and then just give them a 1k. Give them that searcher there. Oh, they got a Shanks off life with the Nico Robin, which is pretty good. Back over to us. 7 Dawn now. We're going to put 1 on Cavendish. We need to utilize some of this Dawn first. We're going to drop down a Carrot. We're going to choose nothing. And then we're going to go 7. Oh, it has to be a supernova for them to turn it into a blocker. So that's good. That's good. Do they have a trigger? Nope. Alright, then we're going to go 7 with our leader. And they countered out. And then we're just going to pass back. We're going to leave that 1 Dawn open so we can stop one of the attacks coming in. Uses, they're going to play their 8-drop kid, trashing our life, which is kind of rough. We can't freeze it either because it's too big. Alright, so this, we're going to use card action here. We're going to go boop. And then we're going to say no block, and we're just going to give them a 1k. Unfortunately, they're going to be able to restand their kid. Okay. So, how do we take care of this? I think we pressure here. We're going to also freeze it just in case they want to counter out of it. Okay, so we kind of incentivized them from doing that. Now we're going to play down our Zoro. We're going to use Cavendish to pressure, so we get a couple extra Dawn to work with. So 6 and a 5 with our Cavendish. If they want to take the life for the blocker, that's fine. They're going to counter out, and then we're going to put 1 on our leader. We're going to pressure 7 again. And passing it back. So there is argument to not attack there because they have to turn their top life over. So if they have a top life, we kind of need to make sure we're utilizing that a little bit more. Don't just keep swinging into them because they wouldn't be able to restand it. Now they're going to be able to. So 9 into the 6 here, the Cavendish. I could get out of this if I want to, but I don't think I'm going to worry about it because I'm going to try to utilize my Zoro to close this game out. But they're at 10 Dawn, so they're going to play this down their Law, which is fine. They're going to have a big blocker. They're going to have a very big blocker. It's going to be a 9k either way you look at it. And they're going to have a couple blockers on the field. So, but they're not going to be able to counter out of a Zoro hit. They reordered their life, so this last life is probably pretty good. Alright, here we go. So, Basil Hawkins, draw 2 trash. That's a pretty good trigger for them. Now we draw this, but I don't think we're on this plan anymore. So we know that this trigger is not going to do anything to this card. So let's get in there and go. We're just going to go 7 with the carrot. We don't want to get through their blockers. We're not going to be able to get through this blocker. We might with this one. So now we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Because I need 3 more. 1, 2, 3. I don't want to commit all my Dawn here, because if they do have a Beiji, they'll stop this entire turn from attacking. So I want to be able to have some leftover Dawn to focus another swing with Bonney. So here we're just going to attack with a 12k swing. I'm going to use the first card action, though, just to stand it up. They take the hit, because they know what they already reordered their life. Alright, so what did they do? They drew 2 cards. Okay. So we get 2 more swings, but that's just their blockers. So we're going to go again. We're going to go 12 again. This is either going to be a Beiji. Nope, they're not even worried about it. Set it up. We might as well get that last good swing in with it. 12k. They're going to use their blocker or take the last life. I think there's a new yellow event that gives them like 4k counter for 1. If they have like 2 or less life. I'm not sure if they run it or not. So 9, so they're going to try to counter out. I mean, that's fine. So, do I just pressure 5 and then play a blocker? Leaving 1 Dawn open? Yeah. That sounds like the good play. Because I got big swings coming next turn. We only have 2 life. Alright, so now we're going to play this down. The Razanati blocker, leaving 1 Dawn open so we can kind of stop one of the attacks. Try to, anyways. Passing it back over to the opponent. They're kind of low on resources. They only have 1 card. And if they swing here and then they show this life. So 9 into 9, we're going to use card action, and we're just going to shut down the kid character here. We're going to say no block, because we do have the counter for that. And we're just going to counter out. So they're going to go 5 into life here. We're going to take this just for a little extra protection cards. Right, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. So they gained a life here. So 10 into 9 again. I'm going to say no block. We're going to give them a 2k. Because we want to utilize this as much as possible for our turn. Oh, they're going to use the end of turn effect for kid. They're going to filter out. And okay, so this is the one they gained off of their ace. Alright. So we are going to definitely... I don't even think we need to load up any more than 9, to be honest with you. So let's just do that. We're just going to attack. Use card action. We're going 9 into 5. If they want to use their blocker, great. It doesn't matter. They can use that last card to save their blocker, but we're going to try to close this game out with 2 life. Even with 9 here, if that's a 0 and a 3, or 3k, they're not going to get out of this one. So we're going 9 again. So that last life was not a trigger. Okay. We're going to do this. We're going to go 9 again. They're going to be having to, well, they might have the counter here, which is fine. If they use their other cards, we'll just go 5, forcing the block. All right, cool. That, I don't think was the right play. They must have known that it was over. Yep, we got it. Here we got Bonney versus Blackbeard. Opponent's choosing to go first, which is kind of good for us because we want to go second with Bonney. But we're going to mulligan. This is way too much top end. Still giving us a lot of top end here, so what are we going to do? I can't attack this turn, so I'm just going to use the Bonney. And we're going to grab a 2k. Because they're not going to pressure with the Lafitte. And they might go into the Bonney, which is whatever. Alright, so they're going to rest down their Lafitte here. They got a Burgess. Burgess is good. And they got, man, alright. They got the 10-drop Teach from the other one. So they can go 5 here if they want. I'm going to shut up. Okay. They have a Kuzan in hand. There's no way they'd discard that without a Kuzan. Give them that. Alright, so now we're at 4 Dawn here. Still really don't have many good options, so we can pressure life or we can guarantee take one of these out. I'm just gonna take out one of their searchers. We already know that they have the 10-drop in hand, so we don't want to give them more cards. We can play Smoker down next turn. They're going to use their search event here. They got a Van Augur. Okay. Yeah, Blackbeard got pretty good. That Kuzan definitely helped this deck out a lot. So they're going to... Okay, they're actually going to swing that? Okay. That's 5k swing. I mean, that's kind of... Okay. Rest your blocker. Or rest your leader. We're going to take it. I mean, it's effective, I guess. Man, I guess we're supposed to be playing these down. So we're going to go into the Lafitte here. They'll be at 7 Dawn. So we're going to play this down. We're going to set a Dawn as active. We're going to play down a Jewelry Bonney just so we have it for next turn. And pass it back. Yeah, we're starting to gather up some 2Ks here. We got some good top end. We don't see an 8-drop kid yet, but if we can close this out. Alright, what'd they use? Finger gun? Yep. That's alright, we got 2 more. Because we're at 6. They're going to black hole us. They're going to go 6, 7, 8 probably. I'm going to take this one, I think. There's no point using card action. Got a blocker. Alright, so we're 8 Dawn. Let's do this, see if we can grab Supernova only. So I guess another Bonney. Let's go... We need 5 for this. We're going to go 8. Hopefully they don't get a KO trigger off life. Pass it back to them. They're at 9 Dawn themselves, so... Man, what did they get? Another finger gun. And then the Kuzans, probably gonna... They bring that down. They're probably gonna bring the Burgess back. Shuffling our place, going 5 into our searcher. That's fine. So next turn they're gonna have... Alright, we're gonna just... what do we want to do here? Can't really do anything to this. They're definitely gonna be bringing Burgess back at some point. Do we want to play the Bonney and potentially find a kid? But I think we're just gonna go... We have what? 9? We're just gonna go 5 into life. Because we assume next turn they're going to drop their 10-drop. We're assuming they're bringing down the 10-drop this turn. So this guy can't attack and they can't use his ability. Yep. So we're going to have 2 5k swings coming. He's probably going to swing the Kuzan. No block. Counter. Yep. Trashing the Kuzan, bringing back Burgess. Hoping they don't have more Blackbeards, though, the 10-drops. 5, we're going to... Yeah, we're just going to give him the blocker. We're going to drop this down again. This actually worked better for us. Fast turn. Because if they go to swing, we can rest their blocker, hopefully. Unless they play another 10-drop. But if they play another 10-drop, though, they can't lock both of these down, so we'll be able to swing with one and utilize its effect. All right, Kuzan. Yeah, this Kuzan's really good. I gotta use. See, I love that interaction right there. They trash the Burgess to shut off a round play after deploying down the Kuzan. They're gonna trash the Kuzan, drawing a card. See what they bring back though. Yep, another Burgess. That's good. Some big swings here. Unfortunately, this Shanks does not work for the Burgess, but if they attack, which they do, use card action, we're gonna rest the 10 drop. I'm gonna say no block here, and I'm just gonna. I kind of want to keep the carrot, but at the same time, I plan on just using my Shanks to get rid of this. So, I'm gonna use Cavendish. Now they come in with 9, we'll take that one. I might actually be able to clean this game up this turn, because I'll get 3 swings with each one. We're gonna take this one. There's the 8 drop. Kind of on a different plan now, but being able to rest down their blocker was huge. They just nullified this. Okay. Alright, we got it.